Hey everybody, welcome to the Blue Wave. So a bunch of Republicans have decided to start to criticize Pennsylvania Senator John Fetterman over the way he dresses and the casual attire that he wears quite often, including his Carhartt hoodies and his shorts. It's his trademark look by now. And now Ron DeSantis has joined in on the criticism against how Fetterman looks. And Fetterman has a really awesome response. And so we're going to look at the clip first of Ron DeSantis speaking, and then we'll look at the response from Fetterman. Here we go.
So did you guys hear the U.S. Senate just eliminated its dress code because you got this guy from Pennsylvania who's got a lot of problems. I mean, let's just be honest, like how he got elected. Well, I mean, he got elected because they didn't want the alternative, but
nope.
He wears like sweatshirts and hoodies and shorts, and that's his thing. So he would campaign in that, which is your prerogative, right? I mean, if that's what you want to do. But to show up in the United States Senate with that and not have the decency to put on proper attire, I think it's disrespectful to the body. And I think the fact that the Senate changed the rules to accommodate that, I think speaks very poorly to how they consider that. Look, we need this country, we need to be lifting up our standards in this country, not dumbing down our standards in this country.
All right, so first off here, Mr. Ron DeSantis, Fetterman got elected because a bunch of people from all across the country worked their butts off to volunteer and donate and make Fetterman's campaign happen, because we realized how important of a seat the Pennsylvania Senate seat would ultimately be in retaining power in the Senate for the Democratic Party. And secondly, it's just ridiculous that DeSantis is even criticizing Fetterman's clothing at all, because if this was a Republican dressing like this in the Senate, it would be, oh, he's such a people's candidate. He's such a non-politician. This is from coming from the party that claims to like Trump because he's such a non-politician. And when Fetterman does something that is unlike what normal politicians do, the Republicans are now whining and flailing that Fetterman isn't sticking to the standards and norms of always being dressed in a different $2,000 suit every single day. So let's look at Fetterman's response here. It's great. So all Fetterman has to say in response to Ron DeSantis is, "I dress like he campaigns." I dress like he campaigns. I love this guy. I'm so proud that he is in the Senate. And as we're going to get into in the next video, we're going to be looking at some other good clapbacks Fetterman has had. And he's just really good type of guy to hit back at the GOP in ways that some of the more mainstream kind of less kind of with it Democrats just aren't really ready, willing, and able to hit the Republicans in how they need to be hit. And it's a great response from Fetterman, because as we have climate change disasters worsening in this country, as we have childhood education, going down in this country, some of the worst of the whole world, we have 65% of Americans that cannot afford a $500 expense, a $500 emergency expense. We have inflation that has stayed stubbornly high. Even though it's come down quite a bit, it's still hurting middle-class families. We have democracy slipping away before our very eyes, and we have a fascistic, authoritarian takeover of the USA happening before our very eyes. And what are the Republicans concerned with? What is the Ron DeSantis concerned with? Talking about how Fetterman dresses, right? Because that's really how the way to get through to voters. It's just absolutely absurd. And Ron DeSantis, as he's sitting at 7, 8, 9, 10 points, and Trump is at 60, and is absolutely running away with the primary, which I made a video about recently how Trump has become a runaway train in the primary. Is DeSantis concerned about trying to campaign harder and attract a larger voter base of the GOP potential primary voters? No, he's not. He's going to make fun of Fetterman's clothing and say, this guy's got a lot of problems. I'm not even sure how he won. It's like, yeah, if Fetterman has a lot of problems, and then Ron DeSantis even begrudgingly admits that the reason that he won was because, oh, well, they must have just disliked the other guy more than they disliked Fetterman, or more than they were worried about Fetterman's problems. It's like, yeah, DeSantis, that should be a very illuminating moment, that if Fetterman is so problematic of a candidate in his eyes, then what does that say about Dr. Oz? What does that say about the Republican Party in Pennsylvania? That if Fetterman's so weak, they weren't able to take him down. I don't know. That's all I got for you guys in this one. Please be sure to like the video, subscribe to the channel, comment down below. Let me know what you think about Ron DeSantis' comments about Fetterman's attire and Fetterman's response. And I'll catch you guys in the next video. All right. See you later.